Hey guys, welcome back to the Sweet Charity YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet. So we're going to use the same yarn that Marlo used, which is our recycled textile yarn. And with that, I'm going to teach you how to crochet, and we're going to finish with this nice piece of practice sample. So the first thing that I'm going to teach you is how to make a slip knot. So that's how you start any project with crochet. Then from that I'm going to show you how to do a chain stitch, and after the chain stitch we're going to go through how to counter stitches, and finally I'm going to show you how to do a double crochet and how to tie off your project when you're finished. So yeah, hope you enjoy. So for this crochet project you will need a yarn similar to what Marlo showed you how to make from waste material. You will also need a crochet hook. I recommend using a thicker one, such as this 12mm one, which is nice and easy to hold and to work with this specific yarn. You will also need a needle, one that is big enough for the yarn to go through its hole and that isn't sharp at the end to avoid getting caught on the yarn. And finally you will need some scissors to cut off your yarn when you're done with your project. So for any crochet project, the first step that you will need to do is creating a slip knot. For this you will hold the yarn in your non-dominant hands. For me it's my left one. So you have the end of the yarn pointing towards you, and then you loop the yarn over your hand and cross it over towards your thumb, and then you will have this first loop. So once you have this loop, you will hold on with your thumb and bring your hook under the piece of yarn that you're holding, hook onto the yarn and pull the yarn through the loop with your crochet hook, and then you twist it, and then you pull on both the end of the yarn and the working yarn and tighten the loop around your crochet hook. And then you can adjust it to make sure that you're not wasting too much material. And yes. So the first stitch that I'm going to teach you is a chain stitch. For this, we are going to hold our hook in our dominant hand, and the slip knot that we have created on the hook, we're going to hold that as well in our dominant hand. With your non-dominant hand, you will bring the working yarn over the hook, creating a loop on it, and switching hands with which you're holding the slip knot, you will then bring the loop that you've just created on your hook and bring that through the previous loop, which was our slip knot. And then we're going to repeat the step to create a dozen chain stitches to practice. So the next skill I'm going to teach you is how to count stitches. This is really important when you're working with a bigger project, to be able to go back and count where you are. So each stitch has
a front loop, a back loop, and an under loop. The under loop is where you will bring your hook through to create a new stitch. So here you can see one stitch, and then you have another front in the back. So that is 2 stitches, 3 stitches, 4 stitches, 5 stitches, 6, 7, 8. If you're having a hard time finding it, you might have to wriggle them around and figure out where is the front and the back. So yeah. How to make a double crochet. So you hold your hook in your right hand that has one loop on it. Take the hook and you insert it into the stitch, going through the front loop and the back loop. Once you're in here, you have 3 loops on your hook. You take the working yarn in your non-dominant hand and bring that over your hook and pull this newly created loop under the stitch, so the front and back loops. You now take the working yarn again and loop it over your hook, and this loop you bring in through both loops that you already have on your crochet hook. So, once you're done with your practice sample, you're going to cut the end of the yarn off and use the needle to loop the end of the working yarn into your project so that it doesn't unravel. Take the needle and loop it through the last loop that we had on our hook to tie off the project, and then you can take the end of the yarn and loop it into your work to make it look nice and seamless when you're all done.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial and you've learned how to crochet, the basic stitches of crocheting, and you've got your little sample piece, and I hope you enjoy it. And next time you'll have Marlo teaching you how to make coasters knitting, and the following week I will be back and I will teach you how to make something really cool, which are baskets. So with these techniques plus a little extra one, I will teach you how to make baskets, so you can make either a big one or a medium-sized one or a teeny tiny one, and you can use them for so many awesome and fabulous things. So yeah, hope to see you next week. Bye!